Weather with Chief Meteorologist Jamie Warner, certified by WeatherRate for the most accurate forecast in the Ozarks.
I'm telling you, the air is so thick you can cut it with a knife.
Oh, yeah.
Outside, even in the studio a little bit, this is the classic day my grandmother used to say, it's close. It's just close.
I'm glad you said that, because if you hadn't, I was going to say that. I mean, I was going to attribute it to your grandmother.
Grandma Savard, she was ahead of her time. Meteorologically speaking.
You know, there's some terms that folks, they're like, oh, that's old-fashioned, I don't like it anymore. But that is one I really do like, and I think it's very appropriate. Yeah, it feels close. It's that situation where folks say it's air that you can wear because it's so humid. It just sort of it just hovers around you. And that's part of the reason why we have these high heat index values, why it feels hotter than it may actually be. I mean, it's still hot. Our temperature right now is sitting at 96 degrees, but with that high level of humidity, it makes it harder for your body as it sweats for that moisture to condense off your body or to evaporate off your body and cool your body. So that's why it makes it seem hotter than it actually is. Looking at conditions across the area, it's pretty quiet in most places. We did see that round of thunderstorms this morning between Rolla and St. Louis. You can see that here as we go back to the top of this radar loop. There it is, those thunderstorms developing and tracking across the same locations. And just like the night before, a lot of rain and a narrow corridor between Cuba and St. Louis. And you can see in this zone, there were places that picked up over 6 inches of rainfall. And we're going to do it again tonight, probably in about the same spot, maybe a hair east even, closer to the St. Louis area, as we're looking at a very similar setup. Now currently, we're just finding some scattered showers and thunderstorms up near and north of I-70, but we've got a pocket of upper level energy passing across Iowa and northern Missouri right now. And that will likely trigger stronger thunderstorms as we head into the evening hours. Maybe up towards, say, Versailles or up towards Columbia, Jefferson City, in that area. And then that activity is going to want to drop off to the southeast. So there's going to be a risk of flooding rainfall overnight tonight, and there's also going to be a risk of severe weather. In fact, the Storm Prediction Center has kind of broad brushed this area with a slight risk of severe weather. That includes maybe damaging winds, the risk of large hail, especially with initial storm development, and can't even rule out the possibility of an isolated tornado in this zone, at least early on. Now, as it stands right now, I think these thunderstorms that we're going to find as we go into this evening are probably going to clip the northeast edge of our area. So places like Versailles over toward Vienna, maybe into Rolla, possibly as far south as Salem. Right in this zone, there is going to be that threat, I think, for some severe storms this evening. And then that activity will continue to kind of slide off to the southeast. And I think we're going to see the focus for stormy weather and wet conditions closer to the Mississippi River for the remainder of the night. You can see how that goes. That's 3 o'clock in the morning. Let's take you through 6 o'clock in the morning. Let's take you past sunrise, and you get the idea. That area is just going to be hammered with rainfall overnight tonight. Meanwhile, further west, I think we're looking at another very hot day over southwest Missouri and northwest, north central Arkansas. Now, we will find this frontal boundary dropping a little bit further south, and it could provide a bit of a focus, enough of a focus for some widely scattered thunderstorm activity by mid to late afternoon. As far as rain potential, you can see, again, that heavy rain band between Rolla and St. Louis, and we've got a stripe in there where, once again, we could find some pockets where folks receive over 6 inches of rainfall. Warm night ahead, too, for southwest Missouri, northern Arkansas, upper 70s to around 80 for an overnight low, and then highs tomorrow back in the upper 90s with locations like Joplin hitting low 100s once again. But there is relief in sight. It'll be gradual, but I think as we work from Friday through Saturday, we'll have a better chance for some shower and thunderstorm activity, more cloud cover. Looks like highs in the mid-90s, still looking at high heat index values, but then over the course of the weekend, cooler, drier air works in as we get into early next week. Guys?
All right, thanks, Jim.